Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and here I have a very rare nut or seed shaped like a female bottom. It's the Coco de Mer, which Germans like to call the Popo de Mer, which basically means the butt of the sea. This is a plant with so many record-breaking characteristics and such an interesting biology and history. So this here is basically the seed, by the way, the largest seed in the plant kingdom. And this here is a very young palm tree in a German botanic garden. I wonder what they will do when it grows a little bit bigger. As you can see, there is basically not stem, less than a meter of stem, and the leaves are already touching the roof of this greenhouse. Well, the leaves, the petioles can be longer than 10 meters, and the, oh god, what was this white part of the leaves called? Well, and the leaf itself, like the big leaf-like part, can be like 4 by 5 meters, so basically like the roof of a small house. The fruit are the biggest wild fruit produced in the plant kingdom, like pumpkins or watermelons can be bigger, but they are cultivated fruit. Also, some jackfruit can be bigger, but those are also cultivars. So when it comes to wild fruit, fruit can be as heavy as a small adult, and inside it is the biggest plant seed by far. Well, it's called Coco de Mer or sea coconut. Here, as you can see from this picture, the fruit look a lot like coconuts. The palm tree doesn't look so much like a coconut palm. So here is the Coco de Mer or sea coconut. And here, not very far, is the real coconut. Yeah, they are both palm trees. They are both impressive, but they don't really look very similar. So I said that the history of this plant is also very interesting. It was pretty important for Indian and Chinese medicine, and also Chinese cuisine, and also for the medicine and folklore of other countries like Arabia, Africa, and so on. But for centuries, or probably for thousands of years, nobody knew what it was and where it came from. So they invented this name, Coco de Mer or sea coconut, because they thought it would grow on some sort of algae under the sea. Yeah, how did they know this plant exists? Well, they did not know where it grows. They did not know the forests where those palms grow. They grow only on a couple little islands in the Seychelles, but they would find the fruit in the sea or on the beach in different parts of Africa and Asia. So you ask then, why didn't they just plant the seed and cultivate some palms? Well, I'm sure they tried, but when the seed stays in salt water for a prolonged period, it basically dies and cannot germinate anymore. So they thought, yeah, it's a plant that grows in the sea, that's why we cannot grow it on land, because, yeah, it grows in salt water. Yeah, only in recent centuries they found those forests on the Seychelles Islands. They were really impressed by the giant size of the trees, like this is a baby. Basically, even a leaf falling from those trees can kill you, and the fruit will most certainly do. Yeah, why am I doing this video? Well, not in the native habitat of the tree, but in a botanic garden. That's quite easily explained. It's quite expensive to travel to the Seychelles. Why am I not trying this tree, or this nut or this seed, which is supposed to be important for Chinese and Indian cuisine and medicine? Well, firstly, it is protected. So the Seychelles, they don't just export this stuff for fruit, for food in large quantities. I'm sure you can get it on the black market, or maybe even legally or semi-legally if you pay a lot of money. Although as far as I know, it's a CITES species, so I guess you cannot get it legally outside its country. So it's quite impossible to get the fruit and to try it nowadays. That's why I'm not gonna try this. Well, this is anyway a dead nut which has been impaled on a metal torn to showcase it to the visitors. So I'll have to either save enough money to go to the Seychelles, or this is gonna be the only video about this impressive species. You cannot even find it in every botanic garden that has a greenhouse. Basically, the Seychelles Islands, they give it away like a really special present, what it actually is. They treat it a little bit like the Chinese treats the big panda. So as far as I know, yeah, I've seen it in a couple botanic gardens like Fairchild, Berlin, Frankfurt, like really big botanic gardens. But if you have a small botanic garden and just have a greenhouse, I don't think you should apply to the government of the Seychelles to send you a couple of those nuts. Yeah, what a pity I cannot try it. Well, the sacrifices we bring for conservation. Sometimes we cannot even try some fruit because it's too rare, or some seed in this case. But it was pretty interesting to see and touch this giant, well, this giant butt-shaped seed, to see the young tree with the giant leaves, to learn a little bit about it. So folks, stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the botanic gardens of Germany. And don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.